Hi, Dr. Cheryl Carthouse here. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm going to go over how to use the nebulizer machine and how to hook it all up. So just to note, there are going to be both a French and an English instruction manual that comes with it. And if you want to go through and just double check, please read all the important safety information that they have in here, when not to be operating a nebulizer and all that. And then if you flip open the page to an area, it'll show you all of the different components, and this is going to arrive in your kit. So I'm just going to show you here all of the things that we do have in the kit. So we're going to have the tubing. It'll come in a little package like that. We're going to have the nebulizer cap and the insert and the mouthpiece, and that'll all come in this little package here. We have the nebulizer face masks that are going to come in a little package there, and then the machine itself, which is here. And that's everything that you need to get started, as well as from the clinic or wherever you're picking it up. You may get a saline solution with a syringe, and I'll show you how to take the saline out of there and then put it in the cup here as well. So first you want to make sure to wash your hands with soapy water and clean all of the equipment as well before using it. Then you want to place the compressor on a clean surface, and I'm using the instructions from the manual so you can follow along with these as well. You want to make sure that everything is clean and flat as you'll be using that. And then ensure that the tubing and all the accessories have been, again, clean and disinfected. So first we're going to remove the nebulizer little cup container, and then you can remove the cap. And so by doing this, you want to just turn it in a counterclockwise direction and pull off. And then you're going to fill this cup with the medication, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to place it down here. And then if saline is part of your regime that you're using, or another small vial of something that you'll have to drop with the syringe, this is how you do it. So taking the syringe and the needle out of the packaging, you want to put them together by placing them close together there and then twisting, and that's going to place the needle on top of the syringe. And then you can remove the cap by simply pulling straight out. If you do happen to twist at the same time, the needle may come off like that. No problem at all. You just put it back together by again twisting it. So remove the cap. You want to be very careful not to poke yourself. With the saline here, you'll notice that there is an air bubble on the top, and you want to make sure that you're not going to get air into the syringe where you're trying to draw it up. So often I'll have it propped up a little bit. I'm just going to actually even use this equipment here and can kind of prop it up a little bit so that the air bubble stays at the top. Then I can hold the bag but fairly far away. Let me just change the angle here so that you can see this, but fairly far away so that I'm not going to poke myself. And then I'm going to insert the needle here, and you want to aim for this small little circle right in the center of that rubber thing. So we're going to aim the needle there, and again, it's best to leave it on a flat surface. You can still pin it down and hold it if you want to, and just poke straight through. If it does seem quite difficult to poke through, you just might not quite be in the center. Some of the rubber around the edges is actually quite a bit thicker. It's meant that for us to target right in that center because it is a little bit thinner there. And then while it's on sort of an angle, the air bubble again is at the top. You can use one or two hands to draw the syringe back and get as much fluid as you need. The capacity for this nebulizer is going to be 8 milliliters. So if you're adding something else to that, you may want to just do 8.5 or 7 milliliters, depending on what your instructions and recommendations are. And then you just pull that straight out, and just be cautious again because you are going to have a sharp needle there that's easy to poke yourself. The best way to do that is then make sure that your cup is in front of you, keep your other hands away, turn the syringe over, point it towards the cup, and then just push it in either with one hand, or you can use two, but just making sure that everybody is staying away from the needle itself. And then I'm going to move that out of the way. And the best way to cap a needle is to leave it on a flat, clean surface, and then you're going to just aim the needle actually into the cap, kind of do a little dance, get it onto the top there, and then push it down, and then the cap won't come off. And that way we're not holding a cap as well and trying to recap the needle as poke injuries can happen that way. So put those two things aside, and now that your medication is in the cup, you can put the lid back on by making sure that these little ridges are going to align with the spaces here. So you align the spaces with the ridges and then just turn it clockwise again to actually seal it, and then I can't pull it off anymore. It's going to be attached. So then we're going to make sure that everything is attached in here. So first we're going to get our tubing and just pull it out of the package. And then we're going to push one side of the tubing onto the machine, and it requires a little bit of strength there, a little bit of wiggling. I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit here to make that a bit easier. And then the other side of the tubing is going to go onto the bottom of this cup. And again, you have to make sure that it's quite firmly on there and push them together. And then what we're going to do at the top piece is either that you can place your mouthpiece and just insert that on top, or you can grab your nebulizing mask, which I think most people are probably recommended to use. And same thing, let me pull that out. You'll be placing it on the same spot that has a similar round tube. So you will notice that there's two different masks that come with the machine. One of them is a pediatric for kids or people who have small faces, and then the other one is the adult mask. So where you find this circle here, you're going to push this on. You have to do a little bit of a dance as well, just wiggle it on there. And then you can also adjust the straps by pulling them through here, but you may want to actually put it around your face first, around your head, and then you can pull the straps to make it a little bit more comfortable. And I'll just demonstrate that picture there. And then you can just secure it firmly onto your face. And then the power cord is actually at the back of the machine, and you can just pull that out. You want to plug it in, and then the switch is just on the top with the on button. You push on. Make sure that there's no leakage happening around any of these pieces here, and then you go ahead and do your therapy. Likely the recommendation is probably around 15 minutes. You definitely don't want to go more than 20 minutes with the nebulizer, and the solution in the bottom likely will be finished or very close to finished by that time as well. Let us know if you have any questions. Take care.